Hi everybody, I'm Kelly Allen. I own Full Bloom Marketing here in Seattle, and I do marketing, public relations, and social media. I also teach a class called Speak Now, Create More Success Through Public Speaking. It's intended for people who want to sell their book or create more success through building their business or meet more clients. The first thing we have to deal with in the class is the issue of fear. On our top 10 list of phobias, the fear of public speaking is usually number 1, and that's above the fear of dying, believe it or not. So if we are more afraid of public speaking than we are of dying, obviously we've got to address the issue of anxiety head on. There's some easy techniques that you can use when you're speaking, things like breathing, meditation, visualization, but honestly that all goes out the door when you see that audience and the anxiety builds and your nerves build up and your focus is gone. There's also some really bad advice out there, like my least favorite is see your audience naked. That's extremely distracting for the speaker. You're trying to focus and you have this image that you're trying to hold in your head, not helpful. And it's also, I think, very disrespectful to your audience. You want to see them as your champions because they really are. If you think of the times where you've actually been in an audience and you've been skeptical and didn't think this was going to work out, deep down inside you really wanted that speaker to work because you've given either time or money or attention and you want that to pay off at the end of the session. So they really are your biggest champions. Your job is to make them comfortable. If you think about the worst plays, performances, concerts you've ever been to, the biggest failures are the ones where you don't know what's going to happen next, and the tension and the nerves has you walking away very dissatisfied, very frustrated. It's not a satisfying feeling. So you want to help them be comfortable, and the best way to do that is to practice. I had a wonderful college professor. He was a literary guy, and he made a point one day of saying, the only reason I'm better at what I do than you are is that I've practiced a lot more. And that put learning in perspective for me, that if you really want to get good at something, really the bottom line is just to practice, practice, practice. Malcolm Gladwell talks about how the Beatles actually had 10,000 hours. Charlie Parker had 10,000 hours into their skill before they were accepted as brilliant in their field. So you're going to need to practice. One of the things I did when I was learning to be a jazz singer with a band, I didn't like holding a microphone, but you have to. You can't just stand at the mic and look pretty. You have to carry it around. And so I had to get used to that. I had a great wooden spoon. I would use a spatula or a spoon or whatever, and I would learn how to hold the microphone in a way that made me comfortable. Do I want to hold it up high, put my fingers like this? Do I want to hold it tight like this? You may think, oh, I'm going to have a battery pack microphone, but you never know when those are going to go out. We've all been in audiences where the battery pack fails and you've got to use a handheld microphone. Plus, it helps you kind of practice that poise that you need when you're working the room or talking to someone. Chances are you may be using a handheld microphone, cordless or not cordless, or you may just have to speak up, and it still requires good posture and sort of a demand of the crowd, and using something like that, a prop, will help. And thank goodness to this technological world, I am taping myself on my computer. I could do this all day, review my performance, and give myself feedback. You don't have to do this with anybody else at first. Later on, you're going to want some feedback on your speech. Does it make sense? Is it flowing? Am I talking too fast? But when you're starting out, you just want to get over the nerves of speaking. So taping yourself on your computer and watching, rehearsing, practicing, seeing how you look, how you sound, you may be really surprised. In fact, I have had several experiences where people listen to their voices on tape and their almost constant response is, I didn't know I sounded like that. You're sort of stuck in this head cave and you need to see yourself. A couple of props you can use. I have a digital camera that also takes video. You may have something like this at home. Just tape yourself, plug the video into the machine over and over again, watch yourself. You can get yourself a little tripod so you can set it on your desk and tape yourself, or set it on a piece of furniture and practice at the counter. Also, this is the best little invention in the world. It actually takes HD footage, and you can just plug it right into the computer and watch yourself. So take the advice of the musician who's looking for the best way to get to Carnegie Hall. Get over your fear and your anxiety about speaking by practice, practice, practice. Thanks.